Okay, Lubby, what do we have today?
Is it normal to talk to yourself?
Oh, God, I hope so. Otherwise, I'm in trouble.
Me too.
I mean, even if the talking necessarily doesn't leave my head, it's an ongoing kind of conversation with myself. And I think that's the important part to understand is as long as the conversation is with yourself, then I think you're okay. Even if it kind of leaks out sometimes. Because I know it happens to me. Sometimes it'll leak out. I'll end up making hand gestures.
You do hand gestures, and I'm like, okay, what are you talking about to yourself over there?
And so that's where the hand gesture comes out, and that's where you're talking to yourself. There's an internal conversation, and as long as it's useful, as long as it's positive, as long as it's working through a problem, it's fine. I suppose it's the tone of the conversation, or if you're talking to more than one personality, you've got a different issue and you need different help. But that conversation that's just with yourself, as long as the conversation is productive or even amusing, which I suppose can be productive if you're telling yourself jokes, to kind of get through a bad day, that's productive. But if that internal conversation is negative or misdoom-brain and it's detracting from your day, then that's when you have to figure out, how do I manage this conversation? And there's no easy answers to that. But the actual discussion, the concept of having an internal dialogue, it's nothing new. It's a concept that goes back, as far as we can think of it. You have the angel on one shoulder and you have the devil on the other. That's your internal conversation. That's just an artistic expression of your internal conversation. And so it's not a concept that we are just discussing, in the modern sense. It's a conversation that's been around for probably before writing. There's very little that is actually new under the sun. We just have different tools. We just transfer knowledge faster. We're no smarter than our ancestors. We just have better tools, more knowledge. We stand on their shoulders. And that internal conversation helped them survive. And it helps us move forward, not just in our lives, but society. You want to bet that the Wright brothers weren't having internal conversations with themselves about trying to figure out how to make a plane fly? Or Alexander Graham Bell, or any of the great thinkers of the past, Plato, Socrates, I guarantee you they talked to themselves. There's no better sounding board than yourself. You can't be prepared to put something out into the world until you've worked through it yourself. And that happens with an internal conversation. So it's okay. It just means you're thinking and that you love yourself. And that is your dose of